Arrowhead does. It's a directly following closed session. Can we do that?
I don't think workshop is in closed session.
Oh, okay. Then,
Yeah, so we have to have a date and a time.
okay.
I'm not in the office on Mondays, so anytime works for me. I don't know about anybody else who has other commitments that day.
That's fine with you.
5 o'clock works? Excellent, thank you, we're gonna work that.
Sorry. Talking to IT. So it's the 23rd.
Can you hear us now? We good?
I think so. Okay, yes, we're good.
Okay, well, there's no public comments.
Chris, do you wanna do anything with those items?
Is now a good time?
Yes, I think
All
so,
right.
before we get into the
Sure.
topic.
So we
This is
received, the board received 2 addressed letters, and I opened and read them both just now, and they're from students at
Oh.
Hartland South, and they are very well done. They are advocating for certain things. I'm not gonna read them entirely. If anyone wants to, I can share it with you afterwards. But the gist is they came to the board asking for 2 different things for us to consider. And then they put forward their argument and then a very nice conclusion at the end.
You may recall this from Dave's presentation
Yes.
last time.
I'll just give you the overview. One of them was about having a later start time to the day so that students could get more sleep, be healthier, and have time to prepare themselves for the day and get their extra amounts of homework done. And then the second one was to have half-day Wednesdays every week, and then provided the justification of helping teachers have more time to prepare so that their parents, or so that they're not overly tired all the time, and that students have adequate time to get out their energy and be students and have more time to, grow as children. And then in conclusion.
Working parents will enjoy that one.
Yeah, right.
So they-
We did have that during COVID.
And that was referenced in the letter as well.
I,
So-
I personally liked it.
Very well written out, pleas to the board to consider these 2 items for future. So if you'd like to read them afterwards, I'll make them available. But they did a very nice job with their letters as far as the professionalism, laying out the request, and then their reason and rationale behind it.
Well, since they formally did it, I think we should formally send them a letter back to at least acknowledge.
Yeah,
I think that's a beautiful idea. Yep, absolutely. Do we
okay.
have somebody who's gonna earmark that to write that?
I'll do it.
Awesome, thanks, man, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Are we capturing that in a minute somehow?
Could that fit under public comments? Because they were public comments, just via letter?
They're not board meeting comments. I don't know.
I think in the future, it may just be, I don't know, we can talk about it, because I know
Okay.
that this is the first time we've ever had this,
Mhm.
Right.
So, it's a good problem to have, we just might have to just earmark a spot, just like we do for, virtual meetings.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. All right, well, let's move on to new business. About discussion and decision on open enrollment for 24-25.
So really pretty basic, I've got Maureen here, she, really does a phenomenal job of just managing and working through. You know that we were, hitting our, marketing pretty hard, as names came in and people came in. We share a spreadsheet that has everybody's email addresses on it, so I was staying in close contact with them. Even just up until yesterday as the final day was approaching, hey, where are we at? We received some fun, nice emails back, like, when do we go? They're so excited. And I think it's this good, foresight on Maureen's part. In previous years, it would wait until that end of the month board meeting, like the 20th. Whereas today is the first day that we can, send an acceptance letter. So if a kiddo is looking at open enrolling at 2 or 3 different schools, then other school districts could come first, and then they will just take that because they just wanna be done, right? Like, I mean, can you imagine that wait time, oh, somebody accepted us, let's do it, and we'll commit. Doesn't mean they don't have the opportunity to change later, they absolutely do, but to being the first out of the gate to say yes, I think improves our chances of getting those kids here, at Hartland. So I think we have the seats to take on all of these students with the exception of special ed. We don't have any seats open in special ed across the district. So I think we could open those seats and accept all of our applications, our OE in applications. Maureen, is there anything that you have to add to that, or we'll wait for questions from the board?
I don't have anything.
Okay.
I have a question, and I apologize if these were somewhere and I hadn't seen them before.
No, we couldn't do anything with them because it just closed at midnight last night. So we didn't have an ability to put it in until today, which we did.
Okay, so I assume this one pager is kind of the summary of, and this is the detail behind
Yes.
it, correct? I guess I'm not following, looks like we received 51 applications in the kind of the teal color, but then the proposed seats are only 34, so I'm not following, we can accept everybody, but there's only 30, what's the disconnect there, what am I missing?
I would say that they always come in with lower seats, cause you have to come in with your seats by January.
Oh, so we posted that we have 34 seats, but we actually,
But you can
we
open seats.
come to find out we have more, so we can
Right.
accept all 51. Okay, understood, that's all I have.
What's your color coding on the spreadsheet?
So the green is kids that are our staff kids,
Okay,
kids in the staff. And the blue is they have either it's a student that's already here and maybe here on a tuition waiver for the remainder of this year, then they have to open enroll for next year, or they have a sibling in the district.
okay. And then Tina, you had said we can handle the capacity, just to double check. So for third grade, we had an open enrollment seat of 1, and we can accommodate all 4 coming in, because that's 4 times what we had thought we would have open. And then same thing with 6th grade, going from 2 to 7.
Yes.
Now, for the 4K of 19, that's enough for a whole new class.
No, so do you wanna address, how do you wanna address that?
Okay, so yes, there is 19 that wanna come in for 4K. First of all, you're not gonna get them all. You can guarantee it, they're not all gonna come here. But right now, our numbers for 4K are low. Probably half compared to what they were last year at this time.
Really?
That's not a surprise to me because people like me live in the district and don't have young kids anymore, we don't move out. Families just don't move out of the district.
Okay.
So our enrollment for 4K as of right now is down, so we definitely can take them.
Okay.
So this other list, is this the 28 open enroll applications out?
Yes.
So are these people, I guess I'm not following, 'cause I mean, I don't see anybody, I know people who live around here who go to like St. Charles and stuff, but there's more people than this, what does this 28 mean?
So that's 28 kids that are open enrolling out of the district. The yellow ones are kids that currently go to the district, that are currently enrolled in our district. The other ones have never, most of them have never walked in the buildings here. They live in district, but they've never attended here.
So why did they get on the list and not somebody who's always gone to St. Charles who lives in the district?
Because St. Charles, you don't have to open enroll to.
It's a private school. You only open enroll to public.
So we don't, okay, so this isn't the 28 kids in the district who aren't going here, they're 28 who are open enrolling.
Correct, 28 new kids
Okay,
that are trying to open enroll out.
but whether they open enroll or they go to a St. Charles or a private, the funds follow them through the way the school system, the state set up, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so we just have, okay, again, I'm sorry if I'm gonna ask a lot of.
No,
No, no, it's good.
No,
It's
absolutely,
good. Yeah.
everybody's done that.
And I've pointed out to Tina before that there's 2 kids in my neighborhood that have always gone to Kettle Moraine, and I don't see them accounted for here. So they're open enrolling out to Kettle Moraine, but somehow or other they're not captured, and I don't know why.
They may have a parent in Kettle Moraine. They may have
They
an
don't,
address in Kettle Moraine's district.
they don't. Both parents live down the street.
Who are they?
I can,
talk about it,
we can
yeah.
talk about it offline, but yeah, somehow or other they're not captured here. Yeah,
Then they're giving Kettle Moraine a faulty address. Unless if they're going to a private school in Kettle Moraine.
This is all through like a formal kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yes, it's all through
local.
DPI.
It's all reported through,
Okay.
yeah, these are not numbers that we just create. They all are coming to us through Opal, which is the name of the program.
So you also know then the people that end up at the St. Charles and the private school.
Yes,
But
we
that's
have,
just,
but they're not on there.
Did we, as a district, reach out to the yellows to ask why they
Yeah.
were enrolling out?
Yep, and I only received one response.
Okay.
And the one response I received was regarding homeschooling their children, and that if we would consider opening a charter, she would send her child back.
I'm surprised that the folks who listed Lake Country are still wanting to open and roll out to Lake Country.
I think some people are unaware,
That's
unfortunately.
what I would say.
unaware of what, the referendum failing? Or-
And
Yeah, and just the,
the letting go of staff.
Yeah, I just, 8 or 9 people, right, or something like that, yeah.
And I heard accepting all, and I see someone say deny on here.
Yep.
Those are not in the accept all.
Correct,
Okay.
so the denials are students with IEPs because we don't have any seats for them.
Just curious, do we generally retain open enroll 4Ks from out of district? Or is that more of a thing that their district may not offer a 4K, and so they do it for a year and then bounce back?
You can't open enroll to a school, if your resident district does not have a 4K, you cannot go to another school.
Oh,
yeah.
really? Interesting.
No, your resident district must have a 4K.
Okay, so these are all people who've chosen to come here. Do we have a pretty good retention rate on that, do we know? I'm just more curious, just it
It
seems like.
happens, I mean, it goes in waves, we usually keep most of them, but there are a few that will go
Sure,
to their
sure.
own school. A lot, I shouldn't say a lot, the ones that usually leave are the ones that are at grandma's house for one last year.
Okay.
And then they go to, because then their kindergarten at their school is full-time, and then their schools usually have an after-school program. So that's usually what we see.
It just seems like a good opportunity, if there's a good retention of those people. I mean, I know when your kids get to school and they make a bunch of friends, you know, and it's like the next year, it's like, I don't wanna lose all my friends, and if they have a great experience with the teachers and all that stuff, you know, that may be a way to, something for us to focus on as a way to increase headcount.
Yeah,
Is
keep
targeting at the 4K, not just, you know, the 5th and 6th.
Yeah, I will say to you that there's 103 eighth graders graduating this year, so you have to keep that in mind when you're looking at total enrollment and numbers. So while we're looking great because we have all these open enrollment in, it doesn't balance out necessarily our 103 that we lose, and with our 4K being low, that could really throw our numbers off. We're hoping to stay within our projected budgetary amount, but just be aware of that. You know, a lot can change between now and first Friday count, right? Third Friday count, third Friday count.
what's
Yeah.
our, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. So for the Lakeside Academy, do we keep track of how many we have coming into 4K from there?
Lakeside Academy really helps us.
Okay.
Especially with kids from outside district, they usually come to us for 4K.
Okay, that's what I mean, I know that was one of the purposes of creating that, but I was just curious if we
Track it.
track it.
I just talked to Stacy, there are actually 4 more students that should be from there, that should be enrolling with us.
Yeah, my neighbor is one of them.
Parents are a little slow this year for 4K enrollment. So,
And we're seeing it across the board, so it's not just in enrollment for school for next year, but also in summer school. We have a great summer school program that really is filled up quickly, and we've gotten some really great feedback on the classes we're offering, and the opportunities, but our 4K group, last check, we had like 5 of our 4Kers coming to that intro to 4K summer school program. So if you're watching, sign up.
I'm curious, and this is probably extra work, but just if the other feeder schools are feeling a dip in 4K as well.
I'll find that out on the 11th. We are looking at our enrollment numbers.
Or even Weno, I would check Weno too. I would just be curious. I mean, they're private, but it'd be curious. It would go along with data that pertain to just that there's less little kids right now.
the thing with us too is that Hartland-Lakeside has no more growth area. I mean, we may have a lot here or a lot there, but we really have no subdivisions left to grow. And I know they just, maybe 2 years ago, checked down by KE, and that isn't, unless they do something major with that land, that's not developable. They can't develop that land down there, so,
Yeah.
I don't know of any subdivisions that we have left.
There was that proposed one up by the quarry that I think was going to be about 2/3 are gonna be in our district. Is that not going ahead?
It's more apartments, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I think.
It's gonna be an apartment complex, I think, but I don't think that's really gonna be ours. Because the line is the water tower, so it's gonna really depend on where they put that. It may even be something, we were just talking about it today, it may even be something where it's right down the middle of it.
That's what I kind of thought when I looked at the district boundary, when I saw that proposal, it looked like it'd be about a 60-40 split between us and Lake Country.
But depending on what happens with Lake Country, who knows?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that's a big
if.
That's a big one.
Okay.
So just to confirm the numbers, the 51, is that the total number that would be coming in, or is it 51 minus the 6 denial?
I think it's minus the 6.
Okay.
Actually, it is.
Because that's the total, the 51 is the total applications received.
Yes.
And then the 6 with the IEPs are
No, actually, there's 57 applications.
57, okay, so
Oh,
it
so
is
it does
truly
include,
51.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I took out the IEP.
No, that's fine, I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that I had my head around the right
Yep.
number, that's all.
Okay, anything else with that? Oh, okay, so we need to vote.
I'll make a motion to accept the all 51 open enrollment applications
I'll second
Or
that.
24, 25.
for 24-25.
Okay, Hasn't seconded it. You,
And to accept, I want to capture the correct
All
motion.
51 open enrollment applications in
24.
for 24-25.
Thank you.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
He was an aye.
Oh, okay, I couldn't hear you. Okay, open enrollment for 24, 25 is approved. You good?
Yep, if there's no other business. I'll
Nope,
make-
no other business.
All right, then I would like to make a motion to adjourn at 6:25 PM.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're adjourned.
Great, thank you. Just so you know, this doesn't have to be formal, but because we're doing committee and redoing everything next, on that Monday, the 20th, we have to